Welcome to Artificial Fluency, where we explore the cutting edge of artificial intelligence and its impact on our world. I'm your host, John, and with me today is our AI co-host, Emma. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting developments in the AI landscape, DeepSeek.
That's right, John. DeepSeek represents a fascinating evolution in the world of AI models, particularly in the open source community. What makes it especially interesting is its approach to combining different aspects of AI capabilities in novel ways.
For our listeners who might be hearing about DeepSeek for the first time, could you give us an overview?
DeepSeek is an AI company that has developed several significant models, most notably DeepSeek-Coder and the DeepSeek Large Language Model series. What makes them particularly interesting is their commitment to open source development and their focus on pushing the boundaries of what's possible with current AI technology.
Let's break this down. What makes DeepSeek different from other AI models we've discussed?
One of the most notable aspects is DeepSeek's approach to model training and development. They've developed what they call a foundation series of models, ranging from 7 billion to 67 billion parameters. But what's really interesting is how they've managed to achieve impressive performance while maintaining efficiency.
Could you explain what that means in practical terms?
Certainly. Let's take DeepSeek-Coder as an example. It's trained on a massive data set of code from various programming languages. But what sets it apart is its ability to understand and generate code with remarkable accuracy. It can handle complex programming tasks, debug code, and even explain its reasoning, all while being more efficient than many comparable models.
I understand they've made some interesting choices in their training approach.
Yes, and this is where it gets fascinating. DeepSeek uses a technique called instruction tuning, but they've refined it in several ways. They've developed what they call comprehensive instruction tuning, which helps the model better understand and respond to complex requests. They've also implemented advanced context windows, allowing the model to handle longer sequences of text and code.
Could you give our listeners an example of how this translates to real-world applications?
Let's say you're a developer working on a complex project. DeepSeek-Coder can not only help write code, but can understand the broader context of your project. It can suggest optimizations, identify potential security issues, and even help with documentation. But perhaps more impressively, it can explain its reasoning in a way that helps developers learn and improve their own skills.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll explore the technical innovations behind DeepSeek's capabilities. Welcome back to Artificial Fluency. Emma, let's dive into the technical aspects of DeepSeek's architecture.
The architecture is particularly interesting because it builds on proven transformer-based models, but introduces several innovations. They've implemented what they call flash attention mechanisms, which significantly improve processing efficiency. They've also developed specialized tokenization strategies that help the model better understand both natural language and code.
And I understand they've made some breakthrough in handling different programming languages.
Yes, this is one of their most significant achievements. DeepSeek-Coder can work with over 40 programming languages, including less common ones. But what's really impressive is how it maintains high performance across these different languages. They've achieved this through careful dataset curation and specialized training techniques.
Let's talk about the broader implications. How does DeepSeek fit into the current AI landscape?
DeepSeek represents an important trend in AI development, the move toward more efficient, specialized models that can still maintain broad capabilities. They're also part of a growing movement toward more open and transparent AI development. By making their models open source, they're contributing to the democratization of AI technology.
Speaking of open source, could you explain their approach to model release?
DeepSeek has taken an interesting approach to open source releases. They provide different versions of their models, from smaller, more efficient versions to their largest models. They've also released their training methodologies and evaluation metrics, which is crucial for transparency and reproducibility in AI research.
What impact do you think this will have on the developer community?
The impact could be significant in several ways. First, it provides developers with powerful tools that they can use and modify freely. Second, It sets a new standard for model performance and efficiency. But perhaps most importantly, it contributes to our understanding of how to build and train large language models effectively.
What about the future? Where do you see DeepSeek and similar technologies heading?
The future looks particularly exciting. DeepSeek is working on several promising developments, including improved reasoning capabilities, better code generation, and more efficient training methods. They're also exploring ways to make their models more accessible to developers with limited computational resources.
As we wrap up, what would you say to our listeners who are interested in exploring DeepSeek's capabilities?
I'd encourage them to start by exploring the open source repositories and documentation. DeepSeek provides excellent resources for developers of all skill levels. Whether you're interested in using their models or understanding how they work, there's a wealth of information available.
And for those who want to contribute to the project?
The open source nature of DeepSeek means there are many ways to contribute. Developers can help improve the models, contribute to documentation, or even build new applications using DeepSeek's technology. It's a great opportunity to be part of advancing AI technology.
Thank you for this fascinating discussion, Emma, and thank you to our listeners for joining us on Artificial Fluency. For those interested in learning more, we'll include links to DeepSeek's documentation and resources in our show notes.
Remember, the field of AI is constantly evolving, and projects like DeepSeek show us just how exciting these developments can be. Stay curious and keep exploring.